They say when there's life, there's hope. But who are they? Do they know what they're saying? Is there really hope? I don't even know where I can find it. There are so many bad events in the world. Problems are here and there. Just problems, no solutions. Oh, how I miss the kind of life I had before. Just staring at a blank space, thinking, no happiness, confused, wanting to give up, suffering, wanting to quit. Sacrifice is what my heart is screaming. Rain is falling, as my tears also fall. Why did it have to happen? Why now of all seasons? I am in despair. I resent responding again and again. But then one day, as I awake, I found myself surprised, for I've come a long way. I then ask myself, how? How did I not notice that in the first place, you were there carrying me? How can it be that you can answer all my questions? How is it possible that in the midst of all the chaos, you are my peace? They say when there's life, there's hope. I think they're right. Because you are life yourself. You are hope yourself. Live Life is a pillar of the Live Christ, Share Christ mission. We advocate the beauty of faith, family, and life. We proclaim the truth and goodness of life. Life is precious. Life is a gift. Life can be lived to the full. In Christ, anything is possible. In Christ, we will live life.
Life is a gift. It is the greatest gift given to us. It is the breath of God in us. It is that which makes us alive. And this very gift is under attack. Life is attacked on all fronts: divorce, unnatural end of life, abortion, total population control, and homosexual and irregular unions. As Catholics, we cannot stay on the sidelines. We cannot be spectators to the ongoing war against faith, family, and life. We have to be involved, and we have to be equipped. In this next set of workshops, let us study and unmask the evils that try to harm the goodness of life, and courageously respond to the work of upholding and defending life.
Hello, brothers and sisters. We are Demy.
And Silvia Chavez.
We have been married for 28 and a half years. We will be sharing about marital intimacy through responsible parenthood and natural family planning.
We got married on January 11, 1992. God was so generous that He gave us a healthy baby boy, Dennis Noel, after a year into our married life.
Since we were both preoccupied of caring for our new baby and at the same time earning a living, we were not in a hurry to have another child. Our initial plan was to have another one after 3 years. The only way we can postpone pregnancy is to use methods which should not run contrary to our Christian beliefs and Catholic orientation.
Then in February of 1996, we were invited to join our community. Being member of the community strengthened our faith in God, taught us many lessons about family and life, and gained many friends. During the praying over moment in baptism session, we prayed for another child, and God answered our prayer. Not only that, all the wives of the first household where we belong, who were also praying to become pregnant, became expectant mothers in a span of 1 year. All 5 of us.
From the birth of our first son in 1993 to the coming of our second baby boy, Dale Stephen, on October 2, 1997, we used the calendar rhythm method and sometimes resorted to the withdrawal method.
In August of 1998, we were asked to attend a 2-day seminar organized by the Family Enrichment and Education Ministry of our community. The 2-day seminar conducted by a couple servant, Brother Rene and Sister Lily Perez, who became our mentors in this advocacy, radically changed our perspective regarding the value and meaning of life. We received valuable information, and we were taught with essential lessons on responsible parenthood and natural family planning based on the prophetic encyclical of Pope Paul VI in 1968, the Humanae Vitae. On top of these basic teachings, we learned that the calendar rhythm method is unreliable and is only effective for women with regular or average cycles. Likewise, we realized that the withdrawal method is not a natural method of family planning because the procreative purpose of the marital embrace is being ignored, and therefore it runs contrary to God's design for marriage.
In hindsight, the seminar has certainly enriched our marriage and strengthened our family life. The lessons we have gained through the seminar not only sustained our marital and family life, but also provided new insights on the meaning, value, and sanctity of human life. We were also introduced for the first time to a natural and modern method of family planning, the Billings ovulation method, which is based on direct observations of various signs or symptoms that occur in a woman's body, which allows her to know her fertile and infertile periods.
Aside from knowing how the ovulation method is done, we have also learned important lessons on human dignity, sexuality, and fertility as a gift from God.
That sex is a beautiful gift from God and is given by God exclusively to married couples.
That married couples can plan and postpone, but not control, the birth of their baby for as long as they have grave and serious reasons to do so. Without these valid reasons, any natural family planning method can also become a contraceptive method.
That human life begins at the moment of conception or fertilization and not at the moment of implantation.
That pregnancy is not a disease, but rather it is a natural consequence of an authentic conjugal and sexual love.
That every child is a gift from God and must be welcomed with the right preparation.
Responsible parenthood is not about the number of children a couple should have, but rather it is the prudent and generous exercise of the couple's gift of sexuality to realize the size of their family according to God's plan for them.
And responsible parents must practice only natural methods of family planning.
We applied and practiced the lessons we have learned in our married life. It is an understatement to say that natural family planning has enhanced our marital relationship as husband and wife. It has become a way of life for us because we have integrated the practice of natural family planning into our marital decisions and family aspirations. NFP strengthened our marriage because of the open communication and mutual respect inherent in the experience of practicing and using the natural methods of family planning.
We have practiced the natural, safe, inexpensive, scientific, and practical method of family planning for about 20 years. Unlike contraception, which according to Humani Vitae is intrinsically evil, natural family planning is morally acceptable. NFP is not birth control as contraception is, because it is not only a way of postponing pregnancy, it is also a means of achieving pregnancy, and likewise, it could assist the couple in achieving a baby boy or a baby girl. We are sharing this to you as a living proof of the value and effectiveness of natural family planning. From being users, we have become pushers of the natural family planning.
When we attended that seminar in 1998, we already have two kids aged 5 years old and 1 year old, both boys. After attending the seminar, we assessed our situation and we decided to have another child. We plan to have a baby girl. In ovulation method, if you want to achieve a baby girl, you have to schedule your marital embrace 2 or 3 days before the peak day of the wife, and should have no marital act during the fertile period, which is about 6 days, 5-6 days. Otherwise, it is very likely to become a boy. On February 3, 1999, we had marital embrace, and 3 days before my peak day, however, on February 3, 1999, we had marital embrace 3 days before my peak day. However, as we followed the method, we also broke the rule in achieving a baby girl and made a follow-up after 2 days. When I became pregnant, I approached a FEED or Family Enrichment and Education Ministry teacher and showed her my chart. She told me that I have a great chance of having a baby boy. True enough, on October 29, 1999, I gave birth to a baby boy, Dave Samuel.
Although we have initially planned for a baby girl, we welcome him joyfully because we believe it was God's plan and he is God's gift to us.
After giving birth, I applied full breastfeeding to my baby for 2 months during my maternity leave and partially breastfed him for another 7 months. Full breastfeeding or lactational amenorrhea is also a natural way of postponing pregnancy. I enjoyed breastfeeding the baby because aside from close bonding with my baby, the baby is also protected from illnesses, enhances his development, and it is easier for me to lose weight. We decided to postpone pregnancy so we can space properly and prepare for the coming of our next child by continued observation and charting. In 2000, we were fortunate to meet the author and founder of Billings Ovulation Method, Drs. John and Evelyn Billings, who visited the feed office of our community. In 2005, we also met Mercedes Arzo Wilson, student of Drs. John and Evelyn Billings, who became responsible parenthood and natural family planning advocate and teacher. She gave a 1-week seminar to our community regarding RP-NFP. 3 years after giving birth to our third son, we again decided to have another child. Friends have been telling me, you're already old, you're in your menopausal age, it's embarrassing to be pregnant at your age, it's hopeless for you to wait for another child, etc., etc., etc. But we're bent on having a baby girl, and we believe that with God, nothing is impossible. And so we prayed and continued practicing the ovulation method. This time, we strictly followed the rules in achieving a baby girl. For a few cycles, we had marital embrace 2 or 3 days before my peak day without follow-up for a week. By God's grace, at age 41, we were gifted on March 11, 2004 with a healthy, normal baby girl, and we named her Diane Stephanie. After giving birth, I applied full breastfeeding to my baby for 2 months during my maternity leave. If you have been a practicing ovulation method user, you will notice from my chart that I did not ovulate during the 2 months that I have been using lactational amenorrhea or breastfeeding my baby. The reason is because my luteal phase is less than 10 days. For now, you will not understand this unless you attend the seminar. So, malaman niyo po yung technical aspect of
The details.
of this luteal phase and all of those things. After 2 months, I already reported for work and partially breastfed my baby for another 7 months. You will notice from my chart that I already ovulated.
In 2012, we were able to meet Nanay Feling Porzuelo, the woman hailed as a scientist by the Vatican for her and her husband's gift to natural family planning. Nanay Feling is one of the dear friends of St. John Paul II. She and her husband, Tatay Eli, are former members of the Pontifical Council of the Family. Nanay Feling taught us the Porzuelo method of natural family planning, which is almost similar to the basal body temperature. We value her teachings on the importance of marital intimacy as married couples' participation in the call of the Church for new evangelization. We learn from her that the aim of Porzuelo experience is to renew and deepen the sacrament of marriage, to restore married love through marital intimacy, to value the 2 aspects of marital act, which are unitive, love-giving, and procreative, life-giving. Porzuelo's natural family planning encourages communication between husband and wife. The husband begins to understand, accept, and respect the natural reproductive cycle of his wife. There are several benefits of natural family planning to the life of a married couple. Number 1, natural family planning does not use chemicals or physical barriers that are not natural to both the husband and wife. There is no physical and mental health risks in natural family planning. Number 2, women who are aware of their fertility are empowered, and men begin to respect their wives even more once they begin to understand their wife's fertility. Periodic abstinence helps keep sexual relationship exciting. Periodic abstinence is sometimes referred to as the honeymoon phase. Increases better communication between spouses and gives them a deeper respect for each other. Natural family planning builds a strong foundation for marriage that enhances marital intimacy. On the contrary, couples who use contraception or other forms of birth control experience a higher separation rate. Take note, natural family planning is not just to ward off artificial contraception in marriage. It is critically important in achieving marital intimacy, strengthening of marriage, the fight for the culture of life, and the strengthening of the church.
In order for married couples to implement natural family planning, couples need discipline by periodic abstinence if they have valid reason in postponing pregnancy. The wife should regularly observe natural signs and symptoms to know if she is fertile or infertile, like body temperature, mucus discharge, her feelings, and others. The wife should also take note of any disturbance in her physical and emotional wellness, such as illness, body pains, sleeping difficulties, emotional upheavals, or disturbance. The husband takes care of recording this observation daily on a chart. The husband becomes aware of his wife's physical and emotional state, which leads to a more intimate relationship and more frequent communication. Observation, recording, and communication becomes a way of life of the couple.
One of the advantages of natural family planning is by regular observation. The couple will know the early signs and symptoms of an impending health problem, especially in the reproductive system of the wife, and thereby they can consult a medical expert during the early stages of an illness, which is a step to its prevention.
We were able to use the natural method to postpone pregnancy and space birth,
Yes.
to achieve a baby boy, to achieve baby girl, and to breastfeed our baby. Natural family planning has basically become an integral part of our daily life, just like our daily prayer and scripture reading. It has enhanced and strengthened our marriage through our shared responsibility, respect for each other, and open-minded communication.
Our children are fruits of natural family planning, are now grown-ups. Palitan ko pala.
Sige, our children. Sige.
Our children, who are fruits of natural family planning, are now grown-ups. Dennis Noel, who graduated Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering in UP Diliman in 2014, is now working as a civil engineer. Dale Stephen, who graduated BS Psychology in UP in 2019, is now a sophomore student taking up medicine in UST. Dave Samuel is a third-year Bachelor of Science Industrial Engineering student in UP Diliman. And Diane is a grade 12 student in the School of the Holy Spirit of Quezon City.
We feel privileged that God gave us the chance to learn responsible parenthood and natural family planning, and to share our experience with others as NFP teachers of 4 natural family planning methods. Porsuelo basal body temperature method, Billings ovulation method, symptothermal method, which is a combination of Porsuelo basal body temperature and ovulation method, and lactational amenorrhea or full breastfeeding.
We, together with our natural family planning advocates of our community, give lectures or seminars on responsible parenthood and natural family planning to MFC and non-MFC members. Likewise in churches, in local government units, in offices, being the RP-NFP program head, also the Family and Life Commission of the Diocese of Novaliches, aside from being the Live Life coordinators of Novaliches.
We are very pleased to witness the sharings of our participants during and after the seminars conducted.
Some of them mentioned about the horrible side effects of contraceptive use, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and the effects to their marital relationships, and how they were able to switch from being contraceptive users to natural family planning users.
Yung iba tinatawagan kami para magpasalamat because after several years of being married, they were able to achieve pregnancy
Yes.
because the wife was able to identify her fertile period. Hence, they timed their marital embrace during the wife's fertile period.
Meron ding successful in achieving a baby boy or a baby girl.
Others who have valid reasons in postponing pregnancy were able to space pregnancy the natural way.
There are many inspiring testimonies we heard from people from all walks of life whose marital life became more intimate after learning and practicing responsible parenthood and natural family planning.
Sila ang mga naging inspirasyon namin sa naipagpatuloy ang pagpalaganap ng responsible parenthood and natural family planning.
It's our own little way of giving back to God the many blessings received by sharing our God-given time, treasures, and talents to others so that they will also benefit and enjoy the fruits of practicing responsible parenthood, natural family planning, and their family life. We also want our brethren to learn, practice, and teach this valuable information.
It is God's purpose and plan for us to be truly RP-NFP advocates, and so we will be until the end. We are not only living witnesses, but ardent users and pushers of natural family planning.
According to Humanae Vitae, faithfulness to God's design is important. And so we hope that all married couples will embrace responsible parenthood and natural family planning in their lives. May God be praised. Thank you and God bless.